Hey, it's Jerome, North Kentucky Preparedness. I'm doing a video today when the world turned upside down. Alright, I'm set up and preparing for a few different things in my life. If anything were to happen, number one, weather related, because that happens in Kentucky. Yeah, we get a lot of weather situations, not as many as like California with earthquakes and wildfires, but we still have some. I think something's coming, and I actually did another video on that on the reset button. But I think there's a lot of crazy things that may or may not happen in the future with the things that is out there as far as like the population and stuff growing. I think it's inevitable that something will happen. Well, I guess I'll do another video on that. But I think it's a great possibility, a strong possibility that there may be a second Great Depression in the United States coming in the next, say, 15 years. And, I can't, it's kind of hard to say what may trigger that. I think if that comes, I think there will be a lot of food shortages, like there was in the first Great Depression in the early 1900s. I strongly think that communities will be keeping outsiders away. Smaller communities. The communities with, let's say, 1,000, 4,000, 5,000 people will be keeping people away because they will be trying to maintain and having a certain standard of living for themselves, trying to keep the jobs that they have in their community, trying to keep basically people, the travelers and outsiders away, to basically keep them from taking money away from what they already have. Family sharing. Just keep the family sharing down there. Family sharing. I think families may be closer knit, be going to a closer knit system, to where maybe more than one immediate household may be living with each other, just because of the chance of saving a little money here and there. And I think that would be a very important thing, just like it was in the first Great Depression, people giving up their kids to family relatives and stuff. I think that there will be a great increase on food cost, and it's been told to me that this food was going to go up in the next 10, 15 years, like 300% or something like that. But that's a big food increase that a lot of people can't afford, and still try to keep their standard of living. People begging for food because of the increased food cost. I think a lot of people are going to be starting to beg for food, and get basically be going door to door. Or if they have an inner city living, going to be going door to door begging and asking for food for the children. And I think they're going to be using their children as an excuse or a reason. Hey, I need to get food for my baby, or I need to get food for my little 3-year-old kid. But I think they're probably going to more of share it with them, share the food with them, and maybe I'm wrong. But, you know, when you get to the point you're so hungry, you'll do crazy things. Food lines. Right now, yeah, I guess I could do a separate video on that. I guess I need to do a separate video on that. But I think in the United States and the world, it's going to be a decrease. Well, I think it's going to be a food production issue, and that's because of the population increasing and not being able to keep up with the food demand. It's being population and it's being food. And I don't think the population increase that we're having in the United States and the world is going to be able to keep up with the food demand. And where's the right issue? Sorry, there you go. It's going to be a food, United States world food production issue. Just because of, you know, I don't think the farmers are going to be able to keep up with the food demand. And because of that, I think there's going to be a lot more growing of food and herbs for long term in the families. Where to go? The families. For the families. I think for the, you know, the families, basically somebody's going to have to be basically almost like standing guard and making sure nobody comes in and steals tomatoes in the middle of the night or whatever. And because of the increased food, I guess herbs. I'm saying herbs for a long-term situation because herbs are going to be important for medicinal medications and home remedies of like the 1800s, early 1900s. I think it's going to be very important. Trade and barter. I think trade and barter is going to be a bigger thing also because people are going to be having more of the extra, you know, I got 2 million tomatoes, I'll trade you some tomatoes for some peaches or potatoes type of thing. People are going to be getting tired of the same food that they're growing, so they're going to be trading food and stuff. Let's try there. Sanitation. Sanitation is all the way up on there. Sanitation. Sanitation is going to be very important also because of, you know, the decreased quality of life. So because of that, I think sanitation is going to be a very important thing too. Washing up, you know, being able to clean up yourself every day. I know at one time chamber pots was a very common thing, and it was basically everybody in the household basically used the same pot to clean up with, and it was a little gross by the time it was done. But that's pretty much it for this A World Turned Upside Down Part 1, I guess, because I know I'm gonna get probably some questions and I have to do a Part 2 on this. But that's just my opinion. I think it's great possibility of a Great Depression, but I'm also do a video on the reset button, and that being what possibly things could trigger that. So thanks. for watching. This is Jerome, Northern Kentucky Preparedness. Bye.